Hey friends, how are you? It's Sabrina here, and I am doing a video today on refreshing your curls. So if you haven't had a chance to watch my most recent video, make sure you check that out because this is 4 days later on my hair, and so far the curls are holding way better than week 1. I'm sure it has to do with the weather outside. It's way less humid this week. And also I did the hair plopping method and I slept on my hair wet overnight versus doing the diffusing, and I used way more product, but my hair doesn't have any crunchy definition. It's definitely soft. So I think a combination of all 3 of those things, just the difference between where my hair was day 4 the first week and where my hair is day 4 this week, is a really significant difference. So what we're going to do today, and I have never tried this before either, but we are going to try to refresh the curls. So I do not wash my hair more than once a week. So I want to make sure that I can get my curls lasting longer for as many days as I can have it and still looking great while it's down. Last week when I did the curling and the diffusing, it lasted about 2 days, and then I wore it up in a ponytail or in a bun every single day after that, and I didn't want to do that this week. So I haven't had my hair really up too much. I have been wearing it down most of the time, or I at least have it kind of clipped back where the top part is kind of clipped and the bottom is still down. So we're going to do a little inspection of the frizz that you definitely are seeing, and we're going to see how we can correct that. And then we're going to do the refresh method that I'm going to try this week and see what it does, if it even helps at all, or does it just make things look worse. And then we're going to see how it looks in a couple days when it's time to wash my hair again. So let's just get started. So a couple things that I have here. First I have is the Garnier Fructis style, the curl scrunch controlling gel. And the reason why I'm bringing this out now is because this is the last thing I had put in my hair for the hold, and so I want to recreate that hold again. The really great thing about this is that the first ingredient is water, which means that it's water activated. So when I wet my hair, I don't need to put as much of this in because the water is going to activate what's already in my hair from when I put it in a couple days ago. So hopefully that means less gel to be able to still create the same look that I want to have. And speaking of water, my handy dandy spray bottle. I love this thing. It gives you such a fine mist. It's such a fine mist, but it really helps get all of your strands wet. I did also bring, and I'm hopefully this is gonna work. So I also have the mini fake Deadman brush that I got off Amazon. So I got these in a 2-pack. One is a full size that I used a couple days ago, and then I brought this one because we're only going to be brushing out the wet parts, so I don't need the full size brush. So we're gonna see if this comes in handy at all when I'm using it on smaller sections. And of course I have my hair repair, and so this is a 100% cotton towel. All of these products will be linked down below as well so that you can check it out and get some for yourself if you feel the need, if you're on your curly girl journey too. And then lastly, I decided to bring my INFINITIPRO by CONAIR hair dryer with the diffuser attachment that comes with it. So I have a black Orchid diffuser attachment, and then I have this one, and I actually really like this one that came with it. It's a lot more manageable on my hair, on my scalp. It's not as big, and so I'm able to be a little bit more precise, and it doesn't create as much volume for me, which I'm not really going for volume, I'm going for definition. So I like the black Orchid to be able to do different things than what this attachment does, but the fact that this came with the blow dryer is really awesome. So this is the INFINITIPRO by CONAIR, also from Amazon. Step 1, like I was saying before, is you want to make sure that your hair is wet. So we are not going to do a full re-soak of my hair because you might as well just wash your hair if you're going to wet every single strand. However, it's really important to look for the frizzy pieces, maybe the pieces that are more wavy, and if you want to be able to get that curl again, it has to start off being wet. So we're gonna kind of do that together, and I'm gonna look in my monitor so that way I can see what's really frizzy. I know for sure this piece was giving me a problem when I washed my hair, so this piece definitely needs to get wet. There are some other pieces on top that I would really like to focus on, just removing that frizz, and a lot of it's really close to my root. So the curl has actually held really nicely underneath, which I'm very surprised about because typically, see there's one strand here that's a little bit more wavy versus the curl that's here. My hair is typically really wavy underneath, and so I think just with the right product and the right method, it was able to kind of stay curly on its own without having to really do much to it. But there is some frizz, so we are going to grab some strands and get started. Okay, so this piece is fully saturated with water, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply a little bit of gel to make sure that it holds the curl, but like I said before, not too much because it already has gel in it from when I first styled my hair, but we're going to put that through the wet hair, and then we're going to use the mini fake Denman, I don't even know what to call it, and we're going to brush it. So this is going to help with the clumping of the curl. And then we are going to finger coil. So you can see that the strands automatically want to start coiling on their own just from this brush. So towards the roots, we're going to do one more kind of strand through to make sure there's no kinks in it, no knots, no tangles, and you can see my hair naturally just starts to curl. So you want to make sure that you are finger coiling in the same direction that your curl moves. So some of your curls might face towards your face, some of your curls might face away from your face. So make sure that you are coiling and you are moving your curls in the way that they naturally grow, because you can create even more frizz and actually lose a lot of definition because your hair wants to curl one way and you're trying to make it curl the other way. So make sure you pay attention to that. And some of my curls, actually, I learned start off one way and then start going another way. So it's gonna be fun to see how this turns out when I start actually doing some more of the pieces. So I'm gonna start working on that and I'll see you guys in a little bit. We are back, and I wanted to show you after doing about 6 sections, which I know is a lot, but I wanted to do some bigger sections right on top because I feel like that's where most of my frizz is. However, I didn't want to do every single piece that wasn't curly because I feel like that would just kind of defeat the whole purpose of trying this out. Like I said before, I am not a professional. I have never tried this before, so we're going to kind of learn together and see how this works. And what I did on one side was I actually did one big piece and I want to dry it so it's all together, and then once it's diffused I'm going to separate to make sure that the curls aren't just really clumpy. And then on this side I actually let the curls fall wherever they wanted to fall, and I had used my fake mini Denman brush to see how it naturally would just clump kind of together, but they are not finger coiled at all. I just let them kind of scrunch, and this is naturally how they fell. So we are going to, why I have my hair repair is we are going to get rid of some of the moisture in these wet strands before we go in with the diffuser. So I wanted to kind of scrunch everything, see how everything is going to fall, and then we will diffuse. Okay, so we will diffuse and I'll be right back to see the results. My hair is about 99.9% dry, and so what I'm going to do now is actually separate this curl. It took a while to get dry because it is so thick, but you don't want to separate it when it's still wet. You want to make sure that it's dry so that way it doesn't cause any extra frizz. So as you can see, it is a very, very tight curl. So what we're going to do is separate it into a few sections and let it kind of fall. Still a little frizzy actually. I don't know, there we go. If you can tell the way that my hair naturally wants to curl in clumps. Do you see how my hair curls in all different directions? So this piece wants to curl this way and this piece wants to curl the opposite way. That's just the definition of my hair. So this is what we're looking like. I do need to scrunch the crunch out because there is a cast now over these sections and the section in the back. So I'm going to scrunch that out and then we will do kind of my final thoughts about all of this. As I said at the end of my last video, of course, your day one hair is going to look the best of the week. So if you have important plans, make sure that you plan your hair washing day and your styling day accordingly. However, I think for this week with this look, I've been so happy with the results so far. I think that with the refresher, it's going to give me an extra day or two, and we'll see what happens when I come back for the next wash day. However, I feel a lot better about my curls. I'm not sure if it's just me getting the hang of all of this curly girl stuff or if it's just the method that I'm using or more confidence, but we will see next week when I do the hover diffusing. I'm actually going to continue to use the small diffuser that comes with the INFINITIPRO instead of the black Orchid because we saw in my first video what kind of volume that gives me. So I'm really interested to see how this attachment works, but I'm very, very happy with it. I am so glad that it came with the hair dryer. And also what I wanted to point out is this hair dryer actually has 3 different settings. So the settings for the heat, the settings for the cooling, and all of that. So what I want to show you really quickly is what I press in order to do the diffusing, because I did it a little bit differently today. I wanted to try it out versus how I used it a couple days ago for the styling day. With this blow dryer, there are 3 settings for the heat. And so you can use the hot, warm, or cool setting, and it also has a cool shock, which all hair dryers have a cold shock. However, not all hair dryers have a cool setting. So I'm able to put the hair in the diffuser for longer and hold it there longer only when it's on cool, because it's not going to burn your scalp, it's not going to fry your hair, and it takes longer to diffuse your hair with that cool setting. However, it really helps reduce the frizz. So that is the cool setting. And then also on this blow dryer, you also have the high and low speeds. So I used the diffuser today on cool setting with high speed versus the warm setting with low speed that I used a couple days ago, and I also think that made a difference. It took a little bit longer to dry. However, with this blow dryer, it doesn't take too long, whether you're resetting your curls, trying to get that back, or you are hover diffusing. It's a really effective blow dryer, and it's, I think, 30 or 40 bucks for this, and I paid a little bit more because I wanted the burgundy color versus like the original orange color or whatever they had on Amazon. So they do have blow dryers in different colors that are more affordable. If you want to have, you know, $5 cheaper, you don't care about the color. I personally care about the color. If I'm using this multiple times a week, I want to make sure it's one of my favorite colors if that's possible. So just check out on the Amazon store what color is available and how much the price is, because it does vary based on the color. But it comes with the diffuser attachment and then also also that straight attachment that just really helps guide that air if you are looking to do a blowout or looking to make sure that your hair is more straight when you're blow drying it. It comes with the 2 attachments as well. So I think for that price, it's really good, and it gives you the different options versus just hot and warm and, you know, high or low. It gives you that cool setting as well as the cold shot. So really great blow dryer so far. I'm really impressed with it. With the water bottle, this is my favorite thing. Like, best investment. It was like $13 and so worth it, because instead of having to run your head underwater in the sink or in the tub, just having a spray bottle like this has just been really, really helpful and really convenient to be able to do my hair on my bed. The Garnier Fructis Style Curl Crunch Styling Gel. This is for $3 or $4. I really am liking it, and we'll see how this continues to work. And also I'm looking for another gel. So if you know another curl gel that might be better, and even if it's a little bit more expensive, I am looking to try some other brands out. I don't want to just keep sticking with the same routine over and over. I want to test out as many products as I can to see what product is going to give me the best results. So the Garnier so far, for a few bucks, I mean, it's a gel and it works. So I'm really happy with this. And then the final piece, other than my hair repair, you guys know how much I love this. I'm obsessed with it. The fake Denman brush. I love this thing. The size was perfect for today's video because I was able to really get into those small sections and not have to worry about having the extra hair get caught in, because this is so small. So I really recommend, so far, I would really recommend getting the 2 set of the off-brand versus paying more for just one of the name brand brushes. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to, because my hair is so thick, if I'm going to take out 2 rows. I've seen other people take out a couple rows of their brush so that it's not as densely packed of a brush, and it really helps promote even more of a definition in your curl. So I might be playing around with that in the next few weeks as well, like what will happen if I do all the same things, however I just take out a couple rows in my brushes. Does that really make a difference? So I'm all about experimenting, seeing what's going to work best for my hair type, my curls, and what's really comfortable with my limited experience so far. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you are enjoying this curly girl journey with me. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I really appreciate all of your love and your support. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. Check out my other videos that I posted over the past few weeks, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.